So hello and welcome back to Stephen's Force. As you can see, we're out with the SL today. That's because I have some quite good news about this car. So I've just been to have the MOT test done on this car. Now I know not everyone's from the UK that watches this channel. I know we have quite a large number of people, at 8-9% that actually come from these states. So what is an MOT test? We'll just go for the benefit of those people. Well, basically it's a legal check. It's basically checking that the car is roadworthy. So every year you have to take your car, if your car's aged between 3 and 40, and we'll come on to that 40-year-old point in a minute. We'll come back to that in a second. To an MOT station. The guys that are actually trained to do MOT tests, and they are obviously looking for certain things. That's basically what it is. It's a roadworthy check. Every year you have to have it done. Here in the UK, it's a legal requirement. Now, the reason I said that we'll come back onto that 40-year-old point is because this is the last legal MOT that I have to do for this car. I don't actually have to take it for another MOT as the current rules stand. Now this is quite a bit of a contentious issue really, because some people think that's great, some people also think that's quite bad. Now I'm going to go and take this car for an MOT next year, so although it's my last legal MOT, I don't have to MOT it again now. I am still going to, and there's a simple reason for that. I think not having MOT is great if you're a mechanic, if you've got a ramp, if you can get underneath the car. I don't have the mechanical knowledge. So for those reasons, which sort of all bundled into one, I'm still going to take this car and give it a once over every year. I think that's good for me. I think that's going to be good for the car. And it only costs £54 and some pennies. So for the money, 54 quid for an annual check, I don't think is actually bad value for money. As long as it passes, if it fails and if a whole load of other work, that's obviously not so good, but at least you know about it. So I'm very pleased that the SL has passed its MOT. It had one advisory on the exhaust, which is just an advisory to monitor. So it's not something I have to actually do at the moment, just to sort of keep an eye on it. I already knew about the exhaust, and this guy is going to be replacing it at some point. I dropped the car off with its MOT, and it was booked in for about an hour or so later, so I left it with them, and I went back to take my dogs out for a walk. While out with them, I was out on the other side of the village, and I heard just behind me this lovely burbling sound of a V8. Instantly knew it was a V8, and I thought, that sounds really tasty. Of course, I turned around, and what was driving down the road but my own SL, so yeah, it does sound very nice, this car. So I'm really pleased that this car has passed. I'm really happy that it's passed. I was quite worried about it, given some of the sort of engine issues. It doesn't take away from some of those engine issues, but as far as they're concerned, this car is absolutely fine to drive around it. And I think that for me has added to a bit of what I'm decided to do with this car. I think I'm definitely going to keep it for now, because it is the point where actually if I did want to sell it, which I don't really want to, I do want to keep this car. But if I've decided to sell it, if I was in the mindset of selling, this would be the best time to sell it with a year's MOT. It's also the last MOT as well, so somebody's not having to worry about that in the future as well. Again, someone could take this car on and they might have a whole unit or something they have themselves, and they've got a ramp to put it on, all the tools and stuff. However, I don't have that, so someone else might want to do that. But anyway, I'm rambling on a bit too much there. I'm very happy with that this car has passed. Only advisor sales on a thing that I know about, and the exhaust, I know it's going to need addressing at some point. So where am I at with this car then? Well, I'm probably going to keep this car because I do still love it. Even down the garage, they commented how nice the car was. Then last year as well, I think they commented how nice the car was as well. So yeah, I think for me, it's still a very good car. I still love this car. I love driving it. Obviously, there's some issue with it, which I accept that this is a nearly 40-year-old car. So I've accepted that. You know, I sort of know that with all my cars, I don't own a brand new car. I don't own a year-old car. I think the newest car I own is going to be 13 this year. So all my cars are quite older cars as such. I don't have a brand new car. So I accept that this car is going to need a bit more maintenance, a bit more money poured into it, and I'm okay with that. I think my last video I was a bit umming and ahhing about what the best thing to do with this car, but now there's MOT test done, and I think for me this year I'm going to still use this car. I think I'm going to probably try and do some local shows and some local events and see how we get on. I think definitely I'm going to have to get some work done with this car and some more fattening. but I think I'm going to try and actually just use it and enjoy it, which is my plan for the car this year. I'm a member of the Midland Automobile Club, which is based in Chelsea, Walston, too far away from here and where I live. So that's really going to get the car up there, and overall just try and use the car and just enjoy it for a little bit. So I just want to say thank you for everyone who did comment on my last SL video. There was lots of different viewpoints on there, and lots of people that had lots of helpful advice. And there were some people saying maybe I should look at selling the car, and some were saying, well, you should have a look at doing this, get a second opinion. So I really appreciate everyone's opinion. That it was definitely something that I've come away from, had a good think about, and it's nice hearing other people's opinions about that. So just a little bit of a short update video today on the SL and where I'm at with this car. In short, I'm just going to use it and enjoy it this year. Possibly might look again some work done a little bit later this year. If it needs a big job, I'm probably going to wait till probably autumn and then send it away, so it's away over the winter when I'm not really worried about the car. I'm not probably going to use the car either, so might as well go away and have work done then. So thank you very much for watching. It's going to be goodbye from me, goodbye from the SL, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.